How are you, Alijah?
How you doing?
Good. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I happen to be a very compassionate, affectionate person. I tend to be very motivated. I'm very driven. Like, I'm very outspoken. I'm very down to earth, open minded, and I tend to be very meticulous when it comes to certain things. I like everything to be perfect.
Like
But
what?
like like as far as like school and work and everything else, I tend to pay close attention to it. I like everything to be up to par. I'm the type of girl that always likes to be on top. And always like to get everything done. So,
Mm. So what other interests do you have?
I'm very interested in videos. I like to make videos actually,
Mm-hmm.
and I write poetry. I write slam poetry, and I like to dance. I love to dance,
Mm.
and yeah,
That's
it's a
cool.
lot. It's
So
a
you're
lot.
very creative.
Yeah.
So in terms of your writing, have you ever written about women and like HIV or anything like that?
Yeah, I've written a lot about women. It was my past relationships that I had. I always will write a poem because my poems tend to express the deep side of me.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to women and me that I'm lesbian, it tends to connect with me more. So
Mm.
I do write mostly about women. Well, mostly about myself, but whatever
And
topic is
dealing
towards
with
is
women.
towards a woman.
So have in terms of lesbians, do you think that do you ever think about HIV and AIDS in your life, like as a
Yeah,
lesbian? Because I know
yeah,
I hear women, well, lesbians usually don't think about it, but it does happen.
it
So
does.
what do you have you ever heard or met somebody that is?
Um, I've met a couple people in my life who are HIV positive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it affects me a lot because, I think everything should be safe and protected. I know a lot of lesbians think like, oh, since we use, toys or whatever, we're not gonna get anything. Everything is transmitted, and I feel as if, I feel bad a little bit because some people have no control over it because some people don't know, and they don't know until a long run, or the person that they're having sex with won't tell them, and then it's like nothing you can do. You can't bring it back, you know, and I feel as if there should be a little bit more strong use on that side, a little bit more like that.
So, do you ever talk to your lesbian friends or just gay friends about protection and safer sex and anything like that?
Yeah, I actually do. Like as far as like my partners or how many like the girlfriends I had in the past, really, I always told everyone like you need to make sure everything is nice and neat and clean,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like to stay on that side because I can imagine what it would feel like to have something like that. So I will always want to be protected. So I do tell my friends, and my friends tell my other friends, and then we all just know. So.
Mm-hmm. So, in terms of your writing and your arts, what inspires you?
What inspires me to write?
Mm-hmm.
Um, what really inspires me to write is that's actually a good question.
Because I know you say you write about your relationships,
Yeah,
but
not
is
only
there
just
like,
that. I write about life.
mm-hmm,
I'm like spoken word, and what inspires me to do that, I can say myself, and I wouldn't say it in that kind of way, but it's like I love the feeling of being able to express myself, and the way I really can do that is through my poetry. And if a person can sit down and they can hear
mm-hmm,
my poetry, then they'll definitely understand what Aaliyah has gone through.
right.
All right, and they'll definitely understand life because you can even put it in your shoes and understand it.
Mm. And as a dancer, do you use, is it the same
You said what?
for your dancing?
For my dancing, when I dance, I'm happy,
Mm-hmm.
and I just love to dance. I'm very observative, like inquisitive, you
Mm-hmm.
should say. I look at everything and I take it and I put it in my own way. So when I see other people dancing, I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's nice, and then I put it in my own way.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's natural and everybody has their own talent.
Right.
And when it comes to dancing, I'm happy. That's what inspires me.
Right. So, words of wisdom. What will you tell young lesbians or girls that are watching this video? What will you tell them? Like your motto in life?
Um, my motto in life is I have two. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is never move too fast with anybody. You never know what's coming. Okay. Two, right? You shouldn't be having sex so early. You shouldn't. You gotta worry about yourself first as a female. Okay. Because we have intuition, so use it. Okay. And don't let anybody else bring you down from that. If you love somebody and that's who you love, then that's who who you should be having sex with, not somebody you just met. Okay, that's it.
Is there anything else you want us to know about you or
Um,
your writing? Do you have any of your one of your poems
yeah,
memorized
yeah, I do.
to close the show?
Yeah, sure. It's kind of long though, so I'm gonna do like
Do a couple of lines for me.
I'm gonna do one of my other ones. It's called Untouched.
Mhm.
This is how it goes, right? I'm untouched beneath these fingertips. She rips my skin open with slits and knives. I'm like a crazy beside with your anger, confusion like a sunny day turned to a bad night. I'm untouched. I wanna be untouched. I wanna be unloved, psych. I wanna be above height, sea level, below, under a submarine when Jesus and I settle. That's part of the first part of one of my poems.
That's hot.
I'm
Do you ever
untouched.
like do like the slams and all that?
Yeah, I know it. You know, I never really put myself out there. But
Really?
I guess no, I haven't. But I would love to go before him.
Yeah, there's like a huge community of like slam parties everywhere,
Yeah, you know
especially
what?
in New York. Like there's tons of them.
You know what? I'm gonna try it.
You should.
Yeah.
A lot of people get discovered that way too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for this.
You're welcome.